and sit down.
Good evening, everyone! Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants and Cosania, your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated Superstar Tim Vicious, and we're gonna go over Raw this week was in Portland, Oregon. Now, before we get into this week's show, just like always, want to remind everyone, we are a WWE Shop affiliate, so what that means is, if you are watching this on my personal YouTube page or listening to this anywhere you get your podcast from, all you got to do is just check the description tab and click the link below. Or if you're watching this on the Main Event Wrestling Network's YouTube page, if you're watching this video there, click on the QR code that is on the screen, or not click, I'm sorry, wrong choice of words. Scan the QR code. Damn you, Wade, for messing up the teleprompter. Scan the QR code on the screen. It'll take you to WWE Shop, and in turn, you make a purchase off of that link. We here at the Vicious Studios then receive a small commission based off of that to help us improve the show for you guys. So again, like I always say, please have us help you. So, with that said, now that we're done going over that, we are going to switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind and the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. It started out, it was the premiere episode for SmackDown on USA. The week prior was the last one on Fox. And I got to tell you, it kind of sucks that it's not on Fox anymore, in the sense of, just as a wrestling fan, I felt a sense of pride in having a small bit of a bragging right, saying, dude, we got one of our shows on network television. How freaking cool is that? Only to, Fox saying that, we're not renewing. Bye. I mean, I get CW is moving to, or NXT is moving to the CW, so it's still network, and it's still cool that we got a wrestling show on network television, and I am so happy for that. But it was a big deal having it go onto Fox, one of the big name network TV stations. You know? So, either way, SmackDown, it started out with Cody Rhodes going one-on-one with Solo Sikoa in a solid steel cage. And this was a good match. Cody wound up getting a win after the match. So after the match, the Bloodline circled the ring like a pack of dogs, boxed Cody in, and proceeded to beat the living shit out of him until he was saved by the OTC himself, the returning Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, who cleared house. And then you see Cody looking all lumped up, bruised, and in the corner like, the fuck? Kind of like he did before at SummerSlam. And then, well, we'll just get right to the, we'll just go over everything about with this part, because this thing stretched out throughout the whole show. Nick Aldis wound up saying this matter will be addressed, and then wound up saying that Solo and Jacob Fatu have issued an open challenge to Cody and Roman for a tag match at Bad Blood. They've already put pen to paper. They just need signatures from both of them. Cody then interjected at one point, talking to Aldis in his office, saying, listen, I get it. I'm not interested, though. As far as I'm concerned, I'm done. I'm done with the Bloodline. That's ancient history. Roman needs help with them. He needs to go and find his own partner. Fast forward to the end of the night. Roman requests time in the ring to address this matter. He gets out there, has the people acknowledge him, as he should, being the tribal chief. And then talks about, now listen, I may not have the Ulafala, but that don't mean I'm still not the tribal chief. In fact, not only am I the original tribal chief, I am the only tribal chief. This is still my show. This is still my ring. This is still all mine. Then out comes Cody. Cody then addresses, so this is your ring, right? Yeah. Okay, well, I hate to break this to you, but this hasn't been your ring since WrestleMania. And then it's just like, oh, we went there. Bloodline came out, but next thing you know, big brouhaha fight. And then after the fight, you see Roman sign the contract, and then Roman sees out of the corner of his eye Cody put his hand out because Cody was there with him helping clear house. And then Roman just slides it over, hands it to him, and then you see Cody sign it. So it is official. We now have Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu challenging Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes in a tag match at Bad Blood. Now, my only question on this is, where's the connective tissue that says Cody went from not wanting to be interested in this tag match to give me the contract, I'm signing? Was it from the fight or what? Because I get coming out to go and correct Roman saying this isn't your ring anymore, it's mine. But I don't see the connection where he goes from not wanting to be in it to give me the paper. That's just me though. If I missed it, and I'm hoping I did, please say something in the comments. Let me know. So with that said, the other big highlights from SmackDown. Excuse me. Sound really crappy today. We have Michin Mia Yim going up against Piper Niven. This was a good match. Michin wound up getting a win, but after the match, she got beat down, and then Chelsea Green hit her with an Unpretty Her. And then we had A-Town Down Under, Theory and Waller going against Kevin Owens, and a partner of his choosing. Now, Owens said, now listen. The partner I wanted, he couldn't make it. He's dealing with travel issues. But here is my partner. And then you see this guy, he comes out. Excuse me. What's your name, dude? Ricky? Ricky? Yeah, this is Ricky right here. He's going to work with me. And then just as they're about to ring the bell, you see a technician come over to wave to the ref. Hey. Tell Kevin he's here. He's here. Next thing you know, you see the ref go and say to KO, Hey, your guy is here. Your guy, and Owens on the mic. He's here? He's here? Oh, that's great. Hey, change of plans, guys. My partner's here. So listen, Ricky, I hate to do this, and I'm sorry, but boom, pops him with a stunner, and then out comes, hit the music, and I hear voices in my head. They call to me. They understand that. So it's his partner, Randy Orton. So it's Kevin and Randy going against Theory and Waller. It was a good match. Owens and Randy wound up getting the win. Not much of a shock there. The part that I loved on this match more than anything afterwards was they both were yelling. Randy and Kevin were both yelling into the camera. Thanks, Ricky. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Then we had a segment where Nia Jax came out, was addressing the crowd. Bayley then came out, and then Tiffany, and then Naomi. And then Nia threw down the gauntlet saying, how about this? You two challenge us two to a tag match next week on SmackDown, which would be this Friday's coming up. And if one of you managed to get the pinfall, managed to get the win, whoever did that pin gets to challenge me for my title at Bad Blood. And then you see Naomi and Bayley zip, huddle over and whisper to each other. Alright, yeah, it sounds good. We're in. Alright, good. Because here's another little stipulation. The loser, if you lose, whoever takes that pinfall has to leave SmackDown permanently. So, yeah. It's title shot versus loser leaves town, basically. And then we had Carmelo Hayes going against Andrade for the rubber match. They're both tied 2-2. Andrade wound up getting the win, but my God, was this one hell of a match. Afterwards, we saw L.A. Knight, yeah, dummy, yeah, let me talk to you, come out and address Andrade, letting him know he's earned himself a United States Championship title shot. And then we had, that's pretty much all the highlights from SmackDown. So with that said, let's get into this week's show. Raw in Portland. It starts out with CM Punk coming out to the ring in a very calm, cold, mean sort of way. Addressing, listen, I've had a lot of people asking me, whether you love me or whether you hate me, depends on how you take this answer. But I've had a lot of people ask me, how many years do I got left in the tank? Well, I'm here to tell you, I got plenty. I've had people also ask me, how many Hell in a Cell matches do I have left? And I tell them point blank, none. But against the advice of my friends, my wife, people that know me, my sister, all of them, I still am doing this. Not because I want to, but because I have to. Because you see, Drew, you tried to get rid of me, you couldn't. You tried to stop me, you couldn't. I thought maybe just hitting 4 turnbuckles on the corner in Berlin would end it. No, it didn't. So Drew, if this is what it's got to take to end this between you and me, so be it. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna kill you to be finished with you, but I'll tell you this: you're gonna have to kill me. Excuse me. You're gonna have to kill me to finish me. And I was paraphrasing all that, mind you, but that's pretty much what Punk was saying. So now we get into our first match of the night. We got Jimmy! We got Sheamus going against Pete Dunne. And this, man, oh man, was this a good solid fight. You had a pissed off angry Irishman fighting a pissed off angry Brit from the UK. Oh yeah, it's a recipe for a fight. Yep, really good solid fight. Sheamus, he was leading into the commercial break. And this is just a banger of a match. That's all I can really leave that at. The match wound up coming to an end when it wound up Sheamus, he wound up getting taken to the outside. And then, or not to the outside, wound up getting Pete Dunne, I'm trying to get my words right, I'm sorry. Pete Dunne wound up going to the outside, had the shillelagh, cocked it back, went to go swing it. Sheamus took it off of him, and then was like, no, really? You're going to try and hit me with my own shillelagh? You know, like he goaded him. He goaded Sheamus with his own shillelagh, and as the ref's trying to get that off of him, Pete Dunne gets out the ring. Sheamus turns around. Next thing you know, wham! Gets cracked with a cricket bat. And then Pete Dunne goes, runs, and boom, hits him with a big boot for the 1-2-3. So next up, we had Natayla going against Zoey Stark. Excuse me. Now, this was a hell of a matchup. Both girls, and this is going to come off kind of rude, and I swear to God this isn't meant to, but both these girls put on their working shoes and they were doing wrestling. You know, they were doing wrestling kind of work. And I loved it. I thought it was great. Now, Zoey Stark, she was leading into the commercial break. Excuse me, I'm sorry. She was leading into the commercial break. Natalya wound up leading the match post-break. It came to an end when Natalya and Zoey were trading quick roll-ups. 1-2 reversal, 1-2 reversal, 1-2 reversal, 1-2-3. So Natalya wound up getting a 3 count, and that was it. So that's that. Next up, we got The New Day going against Fin Balor and JD McDonagh for their tag titles. And right out the gate, New Day leading right at the start into the commercial break. And they were moving. They were moving much like you'd have thought it was their first run all them years back. It was just wow. Wow, that's all I got to say on that was wow. Now, after that, post-commercial break, literally, just like 3 to 5 seconds maybe after commercial break, Woods gets the hot tag in, starts cleaning up, running around like a man, throws out a Batista bomb, but then afterwards, then you see the rest of the Judgment Day come on down, scurry on down, and as they're down there, excuse me, and as they're down there now, looking like they're getting ready to cause all sorts of mayhem and mischief, out come the LWO to help even the odds. So while that's going on, Kofi then jumps up to the top, does a trust fall to take out everyone. Ref winds up seeing all that, crawls to the outside to go get him. Woods winds up going and taking down JD. And then the whole time he notices ref's not in here, he gets to the outside, starts yelling at the ref, come on, get inside. And just as he gets inside, that's when it went south for them. Balor and JD McDonagh wound up getting a win, but once they got back in the ring, Finn wound up doing a blind tag. JD then wound up hitting him. JD incapacitated him, then Finn did the coup de grace for the 1-2-3. That was it. After the match, Woods had a breakdown. He was having a meltdown. He was spazzing out, screaming at anyone that crossed his path. Next thing you know, you see him in the back yelling and chastising the LWO. What were you guys doing running interference in our match? Woods then Kofi confronts Woods about it, telling him, listen, man, I wound up asking him to watch our backs in case things went sideways. And then Woods goes off, you're telling me the LWO knew more about our strategy for our tag match than your own freaking partner? Man, listen. I know we didn't need help before, but that was when we still had E. We don't now. So sometimes we're going to need some help. So it's not going to hurt. And then Woods, he's just straight up mad over it. So he just walks off. Yeah. Excuse me. Next up, we have Bronson Reed going against Braun Strowman. And honestly, I'm not even sure this classifies as a match because the bell never really rang. Strowman got in the ring. Reed went to go do a running charge at him. Strowman moved out the way. Once Reed hit the turnbuckle, boom! The top rope snapped and disconnected from the ring. The commentators were saying, oh, well, there can't be a real match because there's no top rope. But that didn't stop these two because they still went ballistic at each other. And excuse me. It was two big meaty men bumping meats right here. And they went all out at each other. They were swinging, they were fighting. And it ended with, it ended with Braun spearing Reed through the timekeeper's table. It was just nuts. Or no, not the timekeeper's table. They went from the timekeeper's table, then they started fighting into the back, and then they went and crashed into a wall. I apologize. I was thinking 2 or 3 steps backward. I apologize on that. That's my fault. That's my bad. Own up to my mistakes on this show. So next up, we got women's action again. We got Bianca Belair going against Io Sky. Now, this was originally supposed to be Kairi. However, she is still not medically cleared. Excuse me. Sorry. Kairi is still not medically cleared, so Io stood in her place. Both were sizing each other up really damn good. Bianca wound up leading the pace for the match. It was good. Io wound up getting a win by she countered the KOD when Bianca had her up for the KOD. She wound up rolling herself out of it and then went and did a small package, and I mean a really nice one, where you had both legs hooked and scissored on the opponents to help keep them from kicking out. So then we come to main event of the night. Dominik Mysterio going against Damian Priest, and man, Priest was just leading with vengeance in his eyes. That's all that was. He was fighting with vengeance in his eyes. He had nothing but anger and venom running through his veins, and I'm pretty sure he was running out of venom. But yeah, this is a good match. Dom didn't get much offense in. He did some here and there, but nothing too much. This was more so as a way to make Priest look like $1 million, and I'm not complaining on that. It was a good match. Now, match came to an end. Much like I said, Priest wound up getting a win doing the South of Heaven because he was leading the whole time. Now, after the match, Judgment Day came down. They did a beatdown on him. Well, not that they came down. They were already down there. I apologize. Judgment Day was there. They proceeded to do a beatdown on him. Liv then went to go run interference, was stopped by Liv Morgan. And as all this is going on, you hear Jey Uso's music come out. He goes, gets ready to come down. And then next thing you know, boom! He's taken out by Braun Breaker. So, yeah. So, it's all of Judgment Day wiping the floor with Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. So, can't really argue on that. I mean, listen, I grew up in the Monday Night War era where every episode of Nitro pretty much ended with people throwing garbage in the ring and the NWO beating the shit out of someone. So, I'm not sweating that. But I will say this though, that is it for this week's show. So, please do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel whether you're watching on the main event page or my personal YouTube page. If you're listening to this on audio form, give us a like, leave us a 5-star review if you feel that we have earned it. Do not forget to also share the video, share this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it out there with the world. Thank you to contributor to the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship, a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Also, don't forget to check out WhatAmaneuver.net for some vicious rants apparel. We got tanks, t-shirts, women's tees, long sleeves, toddler tees, and baby onesies. Don't forget to check out these cats rating on the Twitter. Also, DSB_IV main event_net, the main event network's Twitter page. Sergeant Curry Pants, 3 Count Thursday, D-Dryer, 1986. Like I always tell you folks, you love me great, you hate me.
Shut up and sit down.
Fuck this.